Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Alexander Grace.
Women are miserable.
That we know.
And it's their fault. They broke
we
the
also
social
know.
contract. Men used to give gifts and do favors to women as a sign of their commitment. But what happens if women don't want commitment? They want compliance. What if all of his generosity is used to build her ego instead of their relationship? This is how femininity succumbs to corruption. By the end of this video, you'll understand how women's instincts can turn in on themselves. But let's start at the beginning.
Guys, I literally cannot right now. He was sending me videos and pictures of the dinner he just cooked, and I was like, oh my god, that looks so good. I get a call from Uber. He sent me the fucking food.
You have to marry this man! What? Does he have any friends?
Like, I cannot.
Standard.
Wait, there's a no. Manger this week.
Oh.
It looks insane.
Oh my god. I'm gonna.
Wow. He cooked this. And do you want some?
When's the wedding? When's the wedding? What is that?
This is a house full of 4 women? My jeez.
Oh, this is a big ass bite. Here we go.
Right there. Do you want to know a core difference between men and women? It's that men feel valuable by what they provide and women feel valuable by what they receive. This video of her receiving food from a man, that's empowering. But you're not going to catch a woman posting a video of her preparing food for a man and sending it to him. No, that's not a flex. In this regard, each gender is very different. For a man, it validates his masculinity to pay for dinner, to take her on trips, to solve her problems, provide leadership, offer protection. He measures his worth by his capacity to give, but that is not reciprocal. Women are the opposite. She measures her worth not by what she gives to him, but by what she receives, what he gives to her. He bought this gift for me. He wrote this poem.
I believe this thought process, most of us men understand it already, that women want things from us, and that's how they dictate value, is how much attention they're getting, how much resources and gifts they're getting. It makes sense.
Poem for me. He sent me this food that he cooked. I guess I'm just that special. I mean, look at all these things that he does for me. The more that she receives, the more valuable she feels. Now, this instinct to validate her worth by what she receives has turned completely toxic. The entitlement of modern women in dating and relationships is completely out of control. But the original impulse, that instinct to receive, that's not inherently problematic. In fact, there were important evolutionary reasons why that instinct exists. Think about how biologically vulnerable women are in a state of pregnancy. She can't do much. She needs a man to provide, to protect. She's only going to want to mate with a man who she knows is going to stick around. And so she's only going to sleep with a man if he has proved his commitment and loyalty to her. And how does he do this? By giving her things. The more he gives her, the more he demonstrates how invested he is, the more he wins her trust. Now, like I said, this instinct is understandable. It can be expressed in a healthy way. But sadly, modern women are no longer content to be a part of a man's world. Instead, they want to consume it. Through an unholy alliance of consumerism, feminism, and social media, this instinct has been twisted from something that was protective into something that is toxic.
The next time that you're on a date with a man, I want you to ask him, what are his love languages? Not in terms of receiving love, but in terms of giving love. Because if acts of service is not his main way of showing love, or at least in his top 2, there is no way that he is in his masculine energy. So if he's telling you that his love language is words of affirmation or like physical touch, that does nothing for you. You don't need a man who's on your phone telling you you're beautiful and then wants to have sex with you. You need a man who's going to take care of you and is going to be of service to you. You're welcome.
Now, this is the key point that you've got to understand, which is that this entitlement, this narcissism, the shameless stripping of men of any dignity, reducing him to a resource that she can exploit, all of that grew out of normal femininity. This isn't a foreign contagion that lives in women like a parasite on a host. No, this attitude came from her innate psychology. It is a natural feminine instinct that has turned toxic. When discerning whether or not a man is trustworthy, if he's serious about a commitment, it is normal for women to look at three things. Number one, investment. She looks to see if he is dedicating time and energy and resources to the relationship. She uses that as a heuristic as to whether or not he's going to invest similar energy into a future family. Number two, attunement. She wants to see if he understands her, if he shows her compassion, because she imagines that if he can meet her needs now, then he's going to continue to do so in the future. And number three is significance. Is there room for her in his life? Does she matter to him? Is she important? Because if not, how can she rely upon him for resources and protection? And as I've said, all of this is normal. This is all healthy. Trust me, you want your daughter, when she's vetting for men, to be following this instinct. And of course, she should be making an equal contribution to his life. But it is not inherently problematic for her to look at what she is receiving from him as evidence of the seriousness of his commitment. What is problematic is when that instinct turns into this.
For the right guy, all you're gonna have to do is exist. Thank you.
But all of this begs the question, if this instinct is normal and healthy, then what the hell happened? How did women turn into this? Well, let's break it down. In this video, I'm going to explore these three methods that women use and explain the specific ways that they have been twisted and corrupted into the toxic femininity that we see today. Seriously, with all of the dysfunction in society, it's easy to get depressed.
If you're a man and you want to talk to me, at this point, you got to put a deposit down. If it doesn't go well, you don't get your money back. If it goes well, you still don't get your money back, but at least it was paid.
Buying a woman gifts and spending money on her used to be a relatively straightforward way of demonstrating your sincerity. You buy her flowers or jewelry, and in so doing, you handicap your individual self, reducing your total resources to invest in the relationship. When you spend money on her to take her on holiday or to pay for meals, it signals that you're no longer just thinking about yourself, you're thinking about us. But now, men are increasingly reluctant to spend money on women. They don't want to play that game anymore.
Hey babe, how are you not embarrassed when you ask a woman to split the bill or to go 50-50 in a relationship with you? But I am truly asking this question. Why are you not embarrassed as a man?
I'm happy to answer this. Men are not embarrassed because it is women who broke the social contract. You see, men dropped out the moment that women stopped using the money that was spent on them as an indicator of the relationship and the commitment, and instead used it to boost her ego and enhance her status. You've got women who tally up all of the gifts that men buy them, and it has nothing to do with the level of commitment in the relationship. Instead, it's all about her and how desirable she is.
Show you everything that my boyfriend got me for my birthday. He literally did so well and he spoiled me rotten and I had the best birthday week ever.
This birthday haul showing all the things that a boyfriend buys you on your birthday, this is a big genre on TikTok. And it's highly questionable whether or not the true purpose is showing gratitude and appreciation for the boyfriend, or if it's just a way to flex to other women, to show off. I guess I'm just this
I'm pretty positive it's more for flexing than it is to show off the man.
desirable. I guess I'm just this special. I mean, look at all the things that he bought me. I doubt that it is an accident that the moment that she received the food, her first instinct was to pull out the phone and document it for social media. Because it's not enough that her friends were jealous. No, you've got to tell the whole world how desirable you are. You've got to advertise it. Look what men do for me. Women's instincts for comparison with other women, for status, for popularity, that was already reasonably volatile. Social media just poured petrol on the flame. And sadly, it has also perverted women's instinct for attunement. It is extremely reassuring for a woman when a man demonstrates that he understands her. He is attuned to her emotions. He knows what she's feeling. And
So what, reading her mind?
listening to that sounds reasonable. That instinct sounds perfectly normal. Except increasingly, women are no longer satisfied with simply being cared for. Now they want to be catered to.
Hot take, but I think that if you're really your man's dream girl and he's
What is up with your face, girl? Did you get slapped in the side of your face?
absolutely in love with you and head over heels obsessed with you, he wouldn't be letting you sit there at a job that absolutely makes you fucking miserable. He'd tell you quit the job, that he's got you, he'll take care of you, and he'll figure out a way.
Do you see what has happened? Like, it's understandable. Women feel reassured when a man takes care of her needs, and that is fine to a limit. But what happens if her needs are ridiculous and women's entitlement just goes insane? I am a feminist queen, and your job is to take care of me completely. You don't want me to work at a job if I'm not having fun. If it's not comfortable, you'll figure out a way. How exactly is a man meant to attune to that need? Like, if what she needs is just comfort when she's feeling sad, to be told that she's loved, that she's pretty, then yeah, in that instance with those needs, it makes sense to test for attunement. But
I mean, the need for validation and constant attention nowadays for women is beyond what I think most men are capable of, right? Women want so much validation and attention from men in general, that one man usually isn't going to be enough to provide you that much attention, especially if a man is doing well in life, has purpose, is doing crap. This is the fault of this attunement part, that men can't do this. Like, not to the degree that they're getting the attention and the satisfaction that they're getting from men now.
If your need is now luxury holidays and designer handbags and to not work, the fact that he is not attuned to your need to contribute nothing and receive everything, that is not a mark against him. That's just a sign of how sexist and entitled you are. And I wish that collectively men everywhere would just say no to this bullshit. But sadly, there's many men out there who have swallowed the Kool-Aid.
My wife keeps trying to justify her purchases to me, and I'm just like, you're hot. You can do whatever you want. Buy whatever you want. It's fine.
Stop it, man.
I don't know.
Get some help.
Go buy your wife stuff.
Sadly, this goes far beyond just consumerism. It also extends into the emotional realm. Guys like this explicitly endorse the belief that a man should provide for a woman just as a default. They are adopting a codependent value system, and so often it just reduces the relationship to emotional terrorism. A real man is attuned to all of my needs. I don't want to work, I want expensive gifts. And I want you to keep me emotionally regulated. If I'm sad, angry, scared, anxious, that's your responsibility. You need to anticipate my moods and take care of me. It's completely absurd, and frankly, the only reason why it's not plainly recognized by everybody as abuse is because it is so widespread. That expectation defines so many relationships between men and women that frankly, the culture endorses it. But a relationship defined by those kinds of interactions can in no way be referred to as reciprocal. It's parasitic. And that is a huge problem for the final one on our list, significance. Now, of course, it's normal for a woman to want to feel like she is a significant part of her man's life.
I think this part, women have lost the game. They're not significant to us anymore. They're just women in general.
Wants to be included. She wants to know that he is thinking of her and her best interests when he's making decisions. She wants to know that she matters to him, that she has influence. And that's understandable. It's healthy. It's sort of sweet. But it can twist in on itself and become toxic. And that's when she's no longer content to be a part of his world. Now she wants to control it and to place herself at the center.
For real? All this because I said I was gonna go out with my friends. It's just a guy's night out.
Well, you don't even love me.
Come on.
You don't even love me.
This is a complete perversion of a woman's need to belong. At this stage, it's no longer just about her being included. Now it is about owning his world. For some women, what makes her feel safe is when a man sacrifices his comfort for hers. She doesn't want him to remind her to bring a jacket. She wants him to give her his jacket so that he's cold and shivering and she's toasty and warm. That's better in
That is so true.
her mind. She likes it when he puts aside his needs for hers, when he censors his opinions and squashes his desires so that she always gets what she wants. But that is not love. That is voluntary self-erasure. And it's incredibly sad that some women cannot distinguish between those two. It's toxic. And it's so disappointing to see how many men are are willing to go along with that.
You ever look?
And this is where we say simps are ruining the game. These are the men that have lost all masculinity, that think they have to pander to women to get what they want.
At your girl and realize, I have to get rich now. I have to get rich now. Like, it's not even optional at this point. You know, like, this isn't the kind of woman that can be out here splitting the bill with me at the Olive Garden. Okay? You know, she asked me what I wanted for my future the other day, and I said, ma'am, I want to financially match your face. Okay? I want to casually say, let's go, when she mentions a weekend trip to Italy. You know, this isn't the type of woman you surprise with a Costco run. This is the kind of woman you surprise with a trip to the airport. Okay? Like, this is a woman that deserves a house with stairs.
No one deserves anything.
Roses on a Tuesday for no apparent reason. Okay? And, you know, it's not that I'm insecure. It's just that I'm painfully self-aware. You know, she's out here glowing, and I'm wearing the same 5 t-shirts I've had for the last 7 years.
Same black t-shirts for the last 20 years.
I want to spend the rest of this video talking about this guy and his attitude. It generates so much contempt from me, but also compassion. Like, you've got to feel sorry for somebody who's that lost. But I want to use this to do a broader exploration of the impact that these modern entitlements from women, that attitude, what impact it has on men. How this is messing with men's understanding of themselves, their self-worth, what their role is. And of course, I want to propose a healthier alternative.
I'm in agreement with Alex, right? Where I have a lot of contempt for men like this, but I also somewhat feel sorry for them because they're lost. They don't actually understand what's going on, right? When you see a lost puppy just struggling in life or struggling to do things, don't you feel bad for it? Because that's how I feel for a lot of men out there that are like that gentleman. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.